Welcome to Sapienza 47.
I touched down in Sapienza and immediately realized that I'm not rocking a suit. So naturally the most sensible plan is to swipe one. And who better to swipe from than Caruso's therapist. With all the finesse of a circus clown on a roller skate, I sneak up behind him and with a push that could only be described as graceful, I send him flying off the railing. Predictably this sparks a shootout and in a stroke of brilliant planning, I heroically meet my untimely demise. I hit the restart button and decide to dial up the creativity. I place a rubber ducky on a table because nothing screams stealth quite like bath toys. Before anyone can question my tactical setup, I blow the duck to smithereens. The guard gets knocked out cold like a frozen fish, but the doctor freaks out, surrenders, and I, ever the gentleman, punch him, steal his clothes, and revel in this chaos. That is, until someone spots my impromptu fashion show, sparking a full-blown panic across the map. Despite having 2 failures already, I am not one to be easily discouraged. I give it another go. This time I channel all my subtlety and finesse. I sneak up behind the doctor but resist the urge to perform an impromptu railing shove. Instead, I dash downstairs and find a kitchen hand puffing away on a cigarette. I scale the nearby pipe, clearly impressing him with my acrobatic skills. For a dramatic flourish, I yank the chef through the window and as a thank you for his applause, I aim my gun at the now stunned kitchen hand. I scale into the building, grab some rat poison and a coin from the cash counter, because clearly no professional head is complete without souvenir. I then head outside and toss a coin to the waiter on the nearby stairs, and it piqued his curiosity like a shiny object to a magpie. Enticed by the gleaming treasure, he trotted downstairs with the eagerness of a kid chasing after the ice cream truck. While he's preoccupied with his newfound prize, I seize the opportunity to pacify him with a discreet tap on the head. After swiping his clothes, I left him naked on the street, looking more flustered than a manic queen in a wind tunnel. Next, I run over to Lafayette's table to enhance his drink with a splash of rat poison. Nothing says fine dining like a sign of toxic surprise, right? With a quick practice motion, I add the poison and slip away, ready to see the chaos unfold. So today's targets are the mad genius Silvio Caruso and either scientist Francesca DeSantis, who are cooking up a virus nastier than a bad hangover. We take them out with all the precision of a Swiss watchmaker and then head for the exits. Just then the rat poison kicks in and the doctor starts looking like a human thermometer. He's sweating, clutching his stomach and turning a delightful shade of green. In a panic he rushes downstairs, narrowly avoiding collisions with the confused staff, and makes a beeline for the bathroom. I then rushed to the next stop to snag those coveted clothes. To pull off this stunt, I needed every bit of my gaming savvy. I positioned myself near the bathroom sink, setting up a distraction device and a micro teaser with the precision of a watchmaker. I grabbed a few coins from nearby table, much to the disapproval of the guards. I waited with bated breath as the doctor, now resembling a malfunctioning fountain, redecorated the bathroom with his lunch. Once I came out, I made my move. I turned on the sink tap and casually dropped a few coins, because nothing says distraction like a shiny bribe in the middle of a crisis.
Hey buddy, you dropped something.
Then I triggered the distraction device, sending the other guard on a wild goose chase toward the sink. Curious about the commotion, he headed over to investigate, leaving me the perfect opportunity to strike. Now that all 3, doctor and both the guards, were huddled around the sink, I hit the switch on the micro taser. With a gratifying zap, I transformed the bathroom into an impromptu sci-fi horror show, frying them all in one electrifying go. The lights flickered as they went from 0 to crispy in seconds, making it look like the latest in high-tech culinary disasters. Outside, a bystander noticed the commotion and came rushing in like a hero in bad action movie. Meanwhile, other onlookers started phoning their loved ones, probably to share their newfound appreciation for chaos. Seizing the golden opportunity, I sneaked up behind these distracted phone aficionados, pacified them with a quick tap on the head, and swapped clothes with the doctor before the guard could make it back. I was in and out so smoothly. With my new clothes, I exited the area and headed towards the villa, feeling a rush of satisfaction. I could practically taste the victory as I moved one step closer to my targets. I introduced myself to the guard as Oscar Lafayette, slipping into the villa with the grace of a greased weasel. While everyone was busy pondering about what to eat for lunch, I decided to focus on my personal mission. I made my way into the garage and laid in wait for the scientist to leave. Once the coast was clear, I grabbed Diana's little present, an explosive phone. I crouched in a prime spot, positioned the phone with the precision of a bomb technician, and gave it a quick shot with my gun. Boom! Just like that, the plan was set in motion with the destruction of the virus.
Virus destroyed. 2 targets
I waited for the nearby guards to come investigate the explosion, passing the time like a cat waiting for a mouse. When the timing was right, I discreetly took out the lamp guard with a stealthy pistol shot. I grabbed a fire axe and made my way upstairs to the gardener's kitchen. From there, I strolled to the balcony where a guard was blissfully puffing away and enjoying the seaside view. With a nonchalant push, I sent him flying over the edge, giving him a front row seat to the ocean's majesty, up close and personal. I then walked inside, threw the fire axe at one of the garden staff and sauntered over to the other guard, finishing him off with a direct hatchet strike. I grabbed a propane tank and rushed into the next room. My heart racing with anticipation, I dropped the tank on the floor, making a loud clattering noise that echoed off the walls. Then I quickly picked up my rat poison that was nearby. Next, I shot the tank to make a big leak. The hissing sound filled the air and making me wince. I knew I had to move fast before the gas spread and caused any more problems. I also grabbed a fire axe and left it on the floor just in case I needed it later. When I went into the piano room, I was surprised. My target was much closer than I thought. I had to think fast and get out of there before they saw me. So I went to the stairs and called over one of the staff members. I needed a distraction to get away from my target. I hid behind a door and waited for her to come see me, to put a bullet in her head. I closed the door behind her as soon as she entered the room and then took my shot at her. I went out to greet my target, but she was too busy channeling her inner diva to even acknowledge my existence. Annoyed and feeling a bit insulted, I decided to take matters into my own hands. I nudged the oblivious guards aside and waltzed into the gas-filled room. She kept prancing around, completely unaware of the imminent danger. With a dramatic flourish, I took aim at the leaking cylinder, savoring the moment. I then finished off her guards with a swift axe to the head for one and a precise pistol shot to the back for the other. With 2 targets down, I knew I was inching closer to the exit, and my final target, Sylvia Caruso. I sprinted down the corridor to the kitchen area, feeling like I was on the home stretch of a really bizarre marathon. I created a puddle on the floor by turning on the nearby tap and then sprinted towards a guard who was blissfully enjoying the city's view. Naturally, I thought he would appreciate an upgrade, up-close experience, so I gave him a gentle push off the building. I sprinted into the kitchen to collect the essential supplies for this mission's grand success. I crouched my way to the rat poison and grabbed it with all the urgency of someone who might literally die if they didn't get their hands on it. I then took my exit from the kitchen through a window because naturally, a little extra flair makes everything more memorable. On my way to the dining area, I spotted another guard gazing out at the city from the railing. Naturally, I couldn't resist offering him the same personalized experience as his colleague. After all, consistency is key, and nothing says service with a smile like ensuring all the guards get an unforgettable view of their personal free fall. I made my way to the dining area, where I found a few drinks lounging on the table. I decided to add a little extra punch. I spiked them with a dose of rat poison. I don't know about you, but I prefer my drinks mixed with rat poison instead of white sugar. I mean, who wouldn't want their beverages served with a thrilling life or death gamble? As my target was fast approaching, I had to make a quick detour around the mansion to pry open a door with a crowbar. Once that was sorted, I headed back to the kitchen area to witness the delightful chaos I had carefully orchestrated. I then crouched my way to a vantage point where I could watch all the drama unfold in style. The plan to poison the drinks worked perfectly. One of the guards got a taste of rat poison and decided to leave the premises in a hurry. Just as things were heating up, the chef arrived with a plate of pasta for Caruso, adding a new twist to the unfolding drama. After digging into the pasta, Caruso was not just happy but utterly outraged, accusing the chef of butchering his mother's cherished family recipe on her death anniversary.
Terrible. Just awful. My dear sweet mother will be turning over in her grave.
Oh, what's going on?
How
I feel horrible.
butchered her family recipe. And on her death day anniversary. For shame, Mr. Ray. For shame. Hardly what I would call a eureka moment.
Feeling a bit sorry for the chef, I decided it was time to give Caruso the grand exit he deserved. I dropped an EMP device into the puddle I had created earlier and waited for Caruso to step into it. When he did, I triggered the EMP and electrified him as if he were auditioning for a lightning storm.
Thank God for staff.
Man, we need some help here. Been an accident. Looks bad. Need medical assistance immediately.
All objectives complete. Now head towards an exit.
With all my objectives neatly checked off, I made my way to the exit, making sure my disguise stayed flawless. I sprinted as if I were desperately late for an important meeting, though in reality, I was just racing to the comfort of my home. It's amazing how a bit of urgency can make even a stealthy exit feel like a dramatic escape scene. As my signature move, I shot a guard in the knee as parting kiss to Sapienza, because if you're leaving, you might as well make it memorable. That is it for today's chaos in Sapienza. Remember, it's not always about the kills, but the dark humor and creativity behind them. If you enjoyed the madness, hit that like button and subscribe for more. I'll see you in the next mission.